Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Thursday means it's Fishbowl Thursday here in Instant Deck Tech Land, and this week we have a super spicy standard list. I'm calling this one Doom. Comes to us from JCV MTG, so thanks to JCV MTG for sending in a super cool deck. If you want your own deck considered for a future edition of Fishbowl Thursday, make sure to leave a link in the comments or send me an email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. So let's break down Doom for Rivals of Ixalan Standard, starting with Doom itself, Eminent Doom. So Eminent Doom is a pretty crazy enchantment. 3 mana, it enters the battlefield with a Doom counter on it, and then whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost equal to the number of Doom counters on it, it deals that much damage to target creature or player, then you get another Doom counter on it. So basically, once you get this down, you cast a 1-drop, you get 1 damage, you get a counter, then you cast a 2-drop, you get 2 damage, you get a counter, then you cast a 3-drop, you get 3 damage, and get a counter up to 4, 5, 6, and hopefully just kill your opponent. They stack. You can do some cool tricks with them. For example, if you have a 1-mana instant like Shock, you can cast one, cast the other one in response. You're going to deal 2 damage with Eminent Doom, 1 for each Shock, and get 2 counters up to 3. So basically, this deck is kind of like Black-Red Treasure Burn, with Eminent Doom as our big finisher. So to really understand how we're Eminent Dooming, we got to kind of work our way up the curve, because that's what Eminent Doom is all about. There's not really a way to cheat on the counters. So we have to, once we get Doom down, have a 1-drop, or else Doom isn't doing anything, and then we also have to have a 2-drop. So we got to sequence our plays in a really peculiar way to really make Eminent Doom work. So as far as 1-drops, we get a few options. Deadeye Tracker gives us some graveyard hate, sort of card advantage as well. Shock works well with our burn plan, goes to our face if we have Doom out. It's kind of a lightning bolt because we're getting that extra damage as well. Fatal Push to kill stuff, a Duress for non-creature matchups, more for control matchups. So those are ways to trigger Eminent Doom with 1 counter. Then in the 2-drop slot, we got a few different options. So Wily Goblin is really nice because it ramps us into some of our big 4-mana stuff, also triggering Doom along the way. Treasure Map, kind of a backup Wily Goblin, lets us turn our treasures into cards so we can kind of go long. Lightning Strike, if we're dooming, 4 damage for 2 mana going anywhere we want. Pretty good deal. And then Cut is really sweet. So the Cut half gives us a way to kill a creature and trigger Doom at 2 mana. And then we'll talk about the Ribbons half in a little while, because Ribbons half is one of our sweet synergies for Eminent Doom. In the 3-mana slot, we got more burn basically. Unlicensed Disintegration takes advantage of the fact that we have out a bunch of treasures, so we're killing a creature, hopefully getting some Doom damage, and also getting another counter, up to 4 counters on our Doom. Lantern Storm, just a 1-of because it's legendary, but can get in hasty damage, go crazy with our treasures if our opponent doesn't have any blockers, and make some treasures as well. In the 4-drop slot, we got 2 powerful options. So Chandra Torture Defiance just kind of does it all. Adds mana, kills stuff, deals damage, draws us cards, basically everything we could possibly want to do. And remember, with Wily Goblin, we can theoretically just go turn 2 Wily Goblin, turn 3 Chandra. That's a pretty big game. We also have Vance's Blasting Cannons, and with so many cheap spells, it's pretty practical that we can flip it around. So it draws us cards for a bit, and then eventually gives us another source of direct damage. Combine that with our Doom, we're dealing a lot of damage in our opponent's face from really kind of strange, uncommon sources. Then in the 5-drop slot, this is where we got to talk about Cut to Ribbon. So we don't actually have just a straight up 5-drop in our deck. So that would mean our Doom counters would kind of cap out at 4, which is still pretty good. For 3 mana, over the course of the game, we'd get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 damage. That's a lot of damage for 3 mana. Of course, it's broken up, it's kind of slow, but that's well worth the investment on its own if we live long enough. However, Ribbons is kind of our cheat card. So with Ribbons, we can manipulate the X to whatever we want it to be. So if we cast it with X equal to 3, converted mana cost would be 5, so we're dealing 5 damage from Eminent Doom, and then we're also draining our opponent for a bit with our Ribbons, which is a lot of damage combined together. Plus that gets our Eminent Doom up to the next slot, up to the 6-mana slot, and we do have 1/6. Our 6 is Hazaret Undying Fury. So Hazaret's Undying Fury probably looks a little bit weird, but we don't actually have to hit it with Eminent Doom for it to be good. This is just a big source of card advantage. So once we get our opponent low on life, we just get to look at our top 4, hopefully hit some burn spells and things to just kill our opponent on the spot. Yes, a little bit disappointing that we have to not untap our lands the next turn, but if we're finishing the game the turn we cast Hazoret's Undying Fury, it doesn't really matter. And in theory, with the help of ribbons, we can get up to 6 with Eminent Doom, and that Hazoret's Undying Fury is just insane, because it's dealing 6 damage when we cast it, plus getting us all the other cards as well. As far as the mana base, bunch of black-red duels, some basic lands, Sun-Scorched Desert, if we just gotta get in that very last point of damage, can get the job done. Sideboard, bunch of discard and Lost Legacy for control matchups, a bunch of removal options for aggro, a Braid for artifacts, Vraska's Contempt for Scarab Gods and Hazarets, Rekindling Phoenix gives us a resilient flying threat, and then Gonti's Machinations is a little odd. It does get in more damage. I'm assuming the life gain is also part of it. I don't really know. It's kind of a weird choice. It's like a really strange, slow lava spike that also gains us life, but maybe it's better than it looks. So that is Doom for Rivals of Ixalan Standard, and that's our instant deck for today. So thanks again to JCVMTG for sending it in. Again, send in your own list. If you haven't already, leave it in the comments. Email me, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com to be considered for a future Fishbowl Thursday. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.